You know, I'm tired of all these video games that ignite the portion of my brain that elicits the need for me to rip out people's throats. Like Call of Duty 15. And My Little Baby 3D for the Nintendo 3DS family of systems. I just want something to help me unwind and relax. Let's check out some Steam games under the relaxing tag. Let's see, what do we have here? Pleasure Puzzle Sexy Girls. What the fuck? Import pictures to create a custom jigsaw album that you will never finish playing. So it's just some crappy sliding tile puzzle game. It's $1, so I guess it isn't hurting anyone. This isn't what I was looking for, so why don't we head back to look at the other games. Lucy Got Problems, no thank you. Corral, no. Pleasure Puzzle Portrait. Great. It's just the same exact game we just saw being sold differently, except now you can't even make your own puzzles. Moving on, nothing to see here. Let's see, Fruit Pop, The Garden Between, Hentai Space. Well, I can't not click on it. Great, another nearly identical tile-moving puzzle game. Just what I was hoping for. But with more tits. Oh, and it's early access too. Of course it is. The developer really needs time to allow for this game to bake as long as it needs to. Games like this take a long time after all. Maybe even a whole weekend if you procrastinate long enough. Zup02. Hentai Square. You've gotta be kidding me. Well, it involves anime tits, puzzles, and tiles. But I guess I gotta give them credit for not making an exact carbon copy of the games we've already seen. I just want to play a fun game. Oh god, please just come on. The King's Bird. That one actually seems kinda neat. Go to, don't know how to pronounce that. Geo sells Hentai Girl. Okay, seriously, I'm beginning to become legitimately upset by this now. It's the exact same game as before. Achievement Creator. That looks pretty terrible. $2 for a bunch of dead memes from 2000. Hentai Memory. I swear to God, if this is just the exact same tile game, fuck. Well, no, it's actually more like a matching game, maybe. I'm not sure. So it's completely different. So it's fine. There's no way we'll find more games like this in the previous ones we've seen, right? World Hentai. Hentai Lady. Hentai Neighbors. Hentai Girl Betty. Hentai Temple. Hentai Dojo. Mentai Uncensored. Okay, that one was almost funny for half a second. I give it props. Puzzle Master. Hentai Puzzle X. Hentai IQ Puzzle. Ecchi Puzzle. Sexy Jigsaw / Sexy Puzzle. Hentai Puzzles. Hentai Weed Puzzles. True Hentai Puzzle. Hentai Epic Puzzles. Pixel Hentai Mosaic. Hentai Hexa Mosaic. Love Hentai Sexy Body. An interesting thing to bring up with this game, actually. The Russian developer of this specific game made another game called How to Be Best Russian Game Developer, where the player acts as a greedy game developer who makes asset flip games to make a quick buck. Can you believe that he's trying to pass this up as satire? I don't think it counts as satire when you're just pointing out facts about what you do, asshole. And last but certainly not least on our list of low-effort cash grab anime tit puzzler Steam games, Sexual Puzzle. The most amazing of Sexual Puzzle is the fact that all of the game's art is stolen from a DeviantArt user known as FlowerXL. To make sure that this art was truly stolen without permission, Twitter user Sir Violent Death got into contact with FlowerXL, and sure enough, they did not give permission for this developer to use their art in the game. This isn't just taking someone else's art and reposting it on social media for likes. This is taking someone else's work that they spent hours making and selling it yourself for your own gain. That's pretty fucking shitty. And all these games were just the ones that I bothered even trying to find Who knows how many more there could be? Whenever you think you've seen them all, 5 more manage to pop up. Always. Just for fun, why don't we look at a few more hentai games that are slightly different from the ones we've already seen over and over and over and over and over. Not like either you or I have much else to do with our time. Clearly. Hentai Minesweeper, which is of course like Minesweeper, but with tits. Hentai The Shell Game, which is like the Shell Game, but with tits. Hentball, which is like the arcade game Breakout. You know Breakout, from the 70s. But with Hentai Case Opening, which is just a spoof of CSGO cosmetic loot boxes, and you just randomly get boobs and asses. At least with the other games, there was a game. This isn't anything. Gotta be honest, I haven't even cared to try to process what type of game Hentai Strike 1.6 even is, but I just really had to share with you the description of the game. Sometimes you need to admit to everyone and yourself, I love to have anal sex with some on and play Hentai Strike 1. Can't even get the name of his own game right. Thankfully, I was able to document this game like this, because as of now, this game has been taken completely off Steam. Miraculously. Hentai Boom. There are so many questions to ask from this single screen alone. First, is the name of the game Hentai Boom? Or is it Legacy of Medieval? Both equally terrible names, don't get me wrong, but which one? Or maybe it's Hentai Boom Legacy of Medieval, which also doesn't make sense. Secondly, why isn't there a single image or anything posted here to give us an idea of what the fuck this even is? Which bleeds into, thirdly, why must we wait for 3 years for such a masterpiece to finally release? Some of these games have like 100 achievements too. Gotta get that dopamine rush from doing such minimal tasks such as clicking a couple things, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Why do you have so many achievements for beating a single level? You get 10 achievements for beating every level. We might as well bring this up to Hentai Shooter 3D. For a mere $1, you can buy this game, which is essentially if you take Wolfenstein and then add to, yeah, you know. But that's not where the joy ends here, no. For DLC, you can spend $5 on the collection of the art from the game, as in a handful of characters. Why you'd spend $5 on this when you probably only get all the things you see here on the Steam page, that's beyond me. But then again, this whole topic is beyond me. But on top of that, you can spend another $7 for the uncensored version of the game. Continuing on, we have Hentai Shooter 3D Christmas Party, which is not at all the exact same game but with a few graphical changes. Nope, these are completely different things, completely different games. Clearly. Oh yeah, the Christmas Party version of the game is $2. Gotta pay premium for this edition, for some reason. The art collection for this version is $10, while the uncensored is $2. Not even gonna waste my breath on how wildly inconsistent these prices are for the DLCs between these two games. Now, back on topic. Why are we seeing this trend of asset flipping hentai puzzlers in games like it? Well, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. Steam is no longer carefully curated. Steam Greenlight also no longer exists. The goal of Greenlight was to have groups of people upvote a game to give a sense of how many people would actually want to buy the game on Steam. To even have the game listed on Greenlight, you have to pay $100. And you have to pay that before people could even see your page to possibly eventually get your game greenlit. But after you pay and create your page, then you have to go out there and try to grab people's attention, so Steam can look at you and say, alright, you've cultivated enough interest, we might allow your game on Steam now. But that more long-winded process is out the window now. Now, there's what's called Steam Direct, which is you pay Steam $100, they play your game for 2 minutes to make sure the program launches, and then you're good to go and your game is now on Steam. Congratulations. All these developers do is take what seems to be the exact same engine, throw up a handful of drawings that aren't even necessarily good, or in some cases, not even their own drawings, toss in $100, and that's virtually it. These developers rely on you not caring about spending a meager $1 on yourself, They rely on you thinking it's hilarious to send these games to friends for a brief chuckle, because it's utterly hilarious when you buy into low-effort, manipulative, scummy business practices for your friends for a joke. If you think I'm being a bit too mean-spirited here, well, I think I'm allowed to be mean-spirited for Hentai Shooter 3D and Sexual Puzzle. In conclusion, today we have learned, number 1, people are desperate, stupid, aren't as funny as they think they are, and are easily exploitable. Number 2, virtually anyone is able to make these shitty games and can easily put them on the Steam storefront. Number 3, it doesn't matter if you steal other people's content. No one will do anything about it as long as you're not stealing from a company that has scary lawyers. Number 4, Steam, fix your shit!